So let's start with the basic swings and the pendulums. So we're going to do a basic pendulum by the side of the body. When you swing by the side of the body, I want you to have your feet right under your hips. So you're not going to hit your knees and the clubs are not going to fly out wide. So the old position is here. The clubs are vertical, pointing to the ceiling. From here, you're simply going to let the clubs drop, come into the prolongation of your arms, and you're going to swing back and forth. Very simple. So right now we're just swinging with the shoulders as the main pivot point. Now we're going to add a bit of hip movement. So on the back swing, I'm going to sit down and straighten up as the clubs come forward and return to order. So the side view, where you can see a bit of details. When I sit back, I bend at the knees and the hips while maintaining a long, tall spine. So from order, the clubs fall in prolongation of my arms as the first thing, and then I go straight into my swing. Yes. So practice that a little bit until you get the feel. And remember, at any times during this course, you can pause, take a break. The second basic swing is based on the first one, but this time the arms and the clubs are going to move in alternate fashion. So one club is going to go forward while the other one is going back. And I'm using a little bit of up and down movement known as leg drive to assist the swing. Now I'm going to turn and look towards my back club on each rep. I'm introducing an element of balance and engaging the whole vestibular system into this swing. Yeah, so the side view, from the older position, one club starts, and then here we are. Remember, it's nice and gentle tempo, no rushing it. It should feel rhythmic and smooth. The next swing we're going to look at is called the swipe. It's actually a prolongation of the pendulum where we have a definite end point to the swing. We're going to catch the clubs over our shoulders on our back, right? So the first thing is the arm cast. From the old position, we're simply going to lift the elbows up. So they point up to the ceiling and the clubs, or the end of the club, is pointing down towards the ground. From here, I'm going to engage my midsection, so I've got a nice, straight, long spine, pull the club back into order. Yeah? So I just lift, push, pull, push, pull. Remember that you still want to have relaxed knees at the same time, right? So we're going to use the breathing as well. So that's the arm cast. Now we're going to combine the swing by the side of the body and the arm cast to create the swipe. So it looks like this. From the other position, push, pull, club in the prolongation of your arm, back swing. Catch, push, pull, and so on. Now, the goal of the exercise is to make that transition between the two swings as smooth as possible. So right now, as you're learning, we'll mark a little definite pose, boom, pose, and so on. And then the clubs are going to basically roll over your shoulders. Boom. That was the swipe. Now, like all the swings that we're going to show you, you can always add some type of footwork, combining the lower body and the upper body. So here we're going to take our basic swipe and combine it with a front lunge. So we start with the back swing. As I come to the old position, I'm going to step into that front lunge and catch the clubs in my bottom position of the lunge. I pull as I stand up, my feet come together on the same line, I go into my backswing, and then I switch. Yeah. And when we have the flow, so it becomes a more dynamic, but still very rhythmic element. Yes? We've been swinging by the side of the body. This time we're going to do by the front of the body. So we're going to start with a very basic pendulum again. It's going to be a parallel pendulum. So both arms are going to move in the same direction at the same speed. This time, when I'm swinging from side to side, I'm going to use a bit more floor space by standing wider. So I've got stability from side to side. No need to go bananas. Shoulder, around shoulder, a little bit over. It's all good. So from the older position, I'm going to let the clubs drop and swing to about shoulder height. I'm still using that leg drive. You can see my knees up and down, moving. The other thing you notice is that looking at the clubs side to side. So that's our basic pendulum in front of the body. When I'm done, I return to order. Another type of basic pendulum that will really help you when we are starting to play with circles and the heart-shaped swings is the crossing pendulum. So this time, from the older position, we're going to cross the arms and the clubs, let them swing out to shoulder height, and return to order. So you're basically learning how to cross and uncross without hitting the clubs. Now you can also do this exercise without coming to order, so you're just simply crossing the arms. Remember to turn the thumbs up when the clubs at shoulder level, and wait until the last minute when they're almost brushing past the leg to turn clubs and have them cross, right? Now a little detail is going to have you focus on which arm is crossing. So, for example, right now it's my right arm crossing on top, and then my left arm, and then I go back to the right arm. So every rep I alternate the crossing hands, so I've got balance in my training. So already with the basic pendulums, you can start combining swings and footwork to create interesting combinations and small flows. So let's look at the first one, just based on the crossing pendulum. Now we can decide to stop in this high position, overhead, or just to the flag position. Up to you. Yeah? So the first stepping we're going to do is going to do a basic front lunge. And we're going to switch the legs on each repetition. Then we're going to look at the dragon lunge. The dragon lunge, you cross over and drop again to the depth that feels comfortable for you. Like this. And then the last is going to be a simple step out to the side and sit back into a squat. I'm going to step forward, left and catch. Return to order. Boom. Right and catch. Now the dragon lunge, a little tricky one. The overhead squat. Watch out not wearing tight pants because they might split. Or they need to be reinforced at the stitching. Anyway, play with those concepts and you can see how putting simple movements become a lot more challenging now that you're involving your lower body. This short combination is going to let you experience how small steps can actually dramatically change the shape of your swing and maybe also the timing. So we're going to start with a crossing pendulum in front of the body. Yeah, so both arms are moving in the same direction towards the midline, and then we're going to step out 90 degrees. And now the clubs are going to swing by the side of our body in alternate fashion. So let's have a look. We go here. Here's our first crossing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I turn to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back to the center. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we close. Yeah? So just work on a nice relaxed flow. You can see it's very rhythmic, very soothing for your body, and you start to create new neural adaptations just by involving that stepping, coordinating the lower body, the upper body, and the different type of swings that result of you turning.